Hi guys, I'm doing a video update to talk about my treatment in America and what's going on with my crowdfunding. So I've never done one of these before and it's a little bit weird and scary, and I hope people can appreciate how hard it is to be so vulnerable and how hard it is to ask for help. And I'm so grateful for all of your support and love through this. I can't get overseas, I can't get this treatment without you guys, so yeah, I really still need your support, and I appreciate you following my journey so far. So I haven't been very well at the moment. I mean, I'm never well, like I never feel normal, I never feel good, but it does fluctuate a lot, and sometimes I have better days, sometimes I have really bad days, and it can be quite scary. So at the moment I'm not coping with the heat. My body is just exhausted. I've got really bad air hunger, so I basically just feel like I'm suffocating all the time. I feel like I can't get any air in. I have to go like that a lot to just try and get anything in to get me some relief. I have to up my magnesium injections to cope with that a little bit better, which is a bit painful. My brain's not coping with a lot. I kind of feel like my nervous system is like frazzled and on edge, and my brain just can't take in information. I can't hold conversations with people. I don't have the capacity to connect with people right now. I'm very on edge and tired and grumpy. I just feel toxic, like my brain feels toxic. I'm not in control of my thoughts. It's not a very fun place to be, but it's kind of how it's been for a long time now, so I just have to deal with it and hope that it gets better. So we Skyped the clinic a few weeks ago, which was really good, and we all got up at 7 a.m. and we talked to them for an hour and a half, got a lot of information. They've kind of changed their treatment protocol a little bit, like made it better. So they reviewed my case even further. The first time, I submitted an application to go there, they looked at like 10 pages of health history and a lot of information, and this time they wanted more information. They needed to know about how my brain functions, how the Lyme disease affects my brain, just what it kind of does to that part of my body, what it does to my nervous system. So I had to talk about the mental illnesses that I have from the Lyme disease, the severe depression, the suicidal thoughts, the suicide attempts, why I made the attempts that I made, and I do believe that it is the Lyme disease that has created that in my brain. I know that it's the Lyme controlling those parts of my brain. It's the Lyme that's poisoning it, and I'm not in control of my thoughts. I'm not in control of really anything. Like it's got my personality, it's got the way I speak, the way I feel, the way I see the world, the way I process information, my emotions, everything is controlled by the Lyme. I don't remember what it feels like to be me. And I often feel like I can see what it's doing to my brain. And it's like I'm trapped in this cage and I'm watching it control me, and I'm watching it poison me, and I'm watching it say all these horrible things to me, like I shouldn't be here, or that I want to die, or I don't know, nobody cares, or nobody likes me, or I'm a failure. I don't know, whatever it wants to tell me, I can see it saying those things to me, and I can't stop it, and it's really difficult. So I get a lot of physical symptoms that are very debilitating, but I hate the most what it's done to my brain, and that it's kind of taken the essence of who I am. And one of the things I was had to talk about was how I coped on antibiotic treatment, because that's mainstream treatment for Lyme disease is you take antibiotics and it's supposed to kill the Lyme bacteria, and when it's dying your body flushes it out, and this did not work for me because for example, I took an antibiotic called trimethoprim and my doctor had to have the lowest dose compounded for me to cope with it. So I had 200 milligrams compounded down to 25 milligrams. Usually you take the 200 3 times a day, every day. And I could only take 25 milligrams once every 3 days. And my Herx reaction, which is the die-off of bacteria, and as they're dying, they release toxins. And these toxins are very poisonous. It basically poisons your body, and if you release too many toxins, you can die. So you have to be very careful with herxing, and it is a very serious thing, and it makes you feel a lot worse. So I felt 10 times worse than what I already did on this such a low dose, and my mental and neurological symptoms were so severe. Like, I was in a severe depression. I was suicidal for weeks on end. I wanted to hurt myself. I had severe episodes of rage. My perception of reality was distorted. Like, I was not present. I was mental, not here. You couldn't reason with me, and I was just in so much pain physically and mentally. Like, everything was agony. I felt like all my bones were getting sawed off constantly. You couldn't touch me. I felt like my feet were on fire. I couldn't put any weight on them. I was so fatigued. I was like a zombie. I had tremors, like I had Parkinson's. I had vocal tics. Yeah, it was horrendous, and I went through this for 2 years with like no payoff, really. Like, didn't get any better. That was really devastating, and how severe my herxing was from symptoms of being, the mental symptoms. My doctor was like, you have a lot of Lyme in your brain. Like, there would be millions of bacteria in there right now, controlling everything and destroying tissues, and it's really difficult to get it out of the brain once it's in there. So that's really hard to deal with. And basically, I just want my life back. And I'm sick of playing Russian roulette every day. Some days I wake up and I am so sad. I'm so depressed for no reason, because it's like today the Lyme just decided to attack that part of my brain. And I don't know when it's going to go away. And I have to fight so hard to not do anything bad with those thoughts, and I have to ask people around me for help, and that's very difficult to admit what's going on in your head. And some days I wake up and I feel like I haven't slept for 4 days, and I can't function, and I can't shower myself, and I can't make food for myself, and I don't know why I wake up like that. Well, I do, but you know what I mean? Like, every day is different, and every day I suffer a little bit differently, and people don't see that. They might see me, I might go and have coffee with a friend, but that's all I'll do for the week, or I might go and run errands and do some shopping, and that makes me feel good that I don't have to rely on other people to do that for me. But then I'm not well enough to do anything the next day, and it's hard that people see me out and they think I look well, but it just means that my symptoms are bearable. They're not gone. I'm not feeling good. It's just I'm able to push myself to do something to keep my sanity, like, instead of being housebound and stuck in my bedroom or on the couch for weeks and months on end. So my point was, we Skyped with the clinic, and they said that I need 4 weeks of treatment, and that's going to cost 25,800 Australian for 4 weeks, and that's just the treatment. That doesn't include all the additional costs. So I wanted to give this update because I wanted to say that if I raise another $10,000, that's really all I need to make sure that I can do this, to make sure that I can get there and I can cover the costs. And I can't do it without the support of all of you. And I'm hoping that you can help in any way that you can. If you donate $1 or if you share my GoFundMe and say something about it. You know, most of my friends have to do this. We all have to do crowdfunding. We don't have a choice. It's like you don't understand how terrified I am. Like, I'm just so scared of this taking my life. And like I said, it's like Russian roulette. I don't know when it's going to get worse again. I don't know. Like, my heart is getting worse, and what it does to my brain is so scary. And I hate when I can't control it and I'm not myself, and I don't know when I'm going to come back. So I'm sorry that this was long, but I hope that it provided some information. And I am an ugly crier, so I'm sorry about that. I find it hard to talk about this stuff without getting upset. But yeah, if you can help, then I would be so grateful, and thank you so much for everything already. Okay, bye.